Welcome to the biggest show of the year. The Extra Point coming to you live from, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know where we coming live from. We know Mike is handling his business up there in Texas. I am in the motherland, meaning my mama's land, meaning Nashville, Tennessee, on vacation. And we got Tosha T. Sizzle coming in from Lord knows where. We'll find out. Make sure you stay tuned in to find out where she is and who she's with. You don't want to miss that. Michigan Mike, you in the middle square today. How it goes, my man?
Man, it goes great. I'm excited. So we'll talk about that later, though.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. You are excited, though. How was your Thanksgiving, Michigan Mike, Tosha T. Sizzle?
It was good. Yeah, a lot of food. We still have leftovers. Actually, we're out of mac and cheese, though. So
we are, too. We just cleaned it out last night. So now it's time to get creative.
Now, y'all know what Ply said. There's a time limit on the Thanksgiving leftovers. He said Monday dead, so it's time to throw them.
Well, it's got gold teeth, so of course he can't eat like
he got them pearly whites. He got them pearly whites.
Good Lord. As we continue, now I'll tell you who had some pearly whites on Thanksgiving. That was the University of Cincinnati.
Wait.
But before we get into that, let's
You
find out who our show is sponsored by on this great Thanksgiving weekend.
Wait, you didn't let me introduce anything.
Well, I'm sorry, Tosha. I'm sorry. Get your introduce on.
You didn't ask me. You asked Mike, and Mike told you about his Thanksgiving. I didn't get to divulge.
That's right. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna do that. Like we were gonna do a slow build towards that, but that's
no, because then I have another surprise after that. Hello, world. Normally, I am in the old DR, as Paul likes to point out, but today, look where I am, guys. Look at where I am. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
Oh, she's in a different Republica.
Panama.
How's Panama treating you?
Oh, it is absolutely lovely here. It's totally different from the Dominican Republic. I will say that. Spanish is a little bit different. Architecture overall, but it is. I mean, to see some of the things that we saw, we did a 5-hour tour yesterday, and to learn the history of the country and actually what Panama means. It means butterflies, fish, and trees. I think that when they have over 16,000 classifications of butterflies here, 16,000.
Okay, well, you know the butterfly on its old. We want to see your Tootsie Roll, but we gonna keep. Mike is like, I don't get. All right, so Tosha, you said you have a surprise for us. Do we want to tease this, or do you want to go ahead and get into it now?
Go ahead, get your tease on.
All right. So we, I know that the college football playoffs had a surprise. I was certainly surprised when the new rankings came out. Georgia still number 1, but we have a new number 2, which is going to bring on a whole slew of other questions that I got now. That's the Ohio State. They moved up to 2 after just dismantling Michigan State. Number 3 is Alabama, who dropped the slot after we got down on the SEC versus Big Ten last week. And number 4, Mike's favorite team, Cincinnati. The Bearcats completed an undefeated season on Friday. They are 12-0. Awaiting their conference championship game, and now they're sitting at number 4, basically in the driver's seat because they're going to be a heavy favorite no matter who they play next week after trouncing was it East Carolina? That was who they played right yesterday, yeah. East Carolina?
Yeah.
In impressive fashion. So let's start with this. Now, the last couple of weeks we were debating whether or not Alabama could get in with 2 losses. Now, here's my new question. Can the Ohio State, odds, do you think there's a scenario where they could get in with 2 losses the way they've looked the last 2 months?
No.
Now, is this... Look at her face, Mike.
Good answer.
Why not, Tosha? Why would Alabama get that credence and not Ohio?
They don't have the same pull because you think about it. If they lose, they will lose to Michigan, which will certainly drop them. And then come Big Ten Big Ten championship game, they will not be the representative from the East in that game. So if you have 1 loss Michigan against 1 loss them and we win, they're going to put Michigan in. They're not going to put 2 Big Ten teams in.
Really? Okay. So we won't get the same treatment as the SEC in that regard. You're saying?
No. And I'm shocked with Bama being ranked. It's almost kind of like, how the club owner in Purple Rain, when he told Prince, you better kick ass. Like, it's almost like they're telling Bama, okay, we dropped you.
Right.
You better win this Iron Bowl and you better beat Georgia.
It was a proverbial slap on the wrist because for the longest, they would always get the benefit of the doubt when they didn't look good. They wouldn't drop even if they had a close game against Florida, even if they had not looked all that great against Texas A&M. So if Ohio State won't get the benefit of the doubt, does this make Mike the Cincinnati Bearcats a lock in at number 4 if they win next weekend?
No, I don't think so at all.
Really?
I think from what the committee is saying is that's pretty much where they're peaking. They can't jump somebody, but other teams can jump them because of their strength of schedule. So like if Michigan beats Ohio, of course they're going to jump. Or if Notre Dame has another strong performance, just in general, they're going to jump.
Okay, but in fairness, would Cincinnati not move up? Like, let's say if Michigan beats Ohio today, Ohio drops out of the top 5, or maybe to 5 or 6. Then Cincinnati moves up to 3, and Michigan moves up to 4.
You're saying if Alabama loses?
Right. Well, Alabama will move up to 2. I mean, it would just everybody just move up a slot.
Yeah, no, I think they stay there, and if anything, people jump them. So like a Notre Dame or Oklahoma State, like they will be in that 4 spot.
Wow. So you can imagine a scenario where a 1-loss Notre Dame jumps an undefeated Cincinnati when Cincinnati beat Notre Dame in South Bend.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that?
I don't like Cincinnati, so
I'm not big on Cincinnati, and I hate Notre Dame. So
my biggest thing is when Cincinnati played Georgia last year, and Cincinnati had a stronger team last year, and a weaker Georgia team. So like if you can't beat them at their weakest point, quote, but why would they play again this year? Like I don't want that.
But wait a minute, Mike. But in the same breath, should we be held hostage by 2 and 4 last year?
Say it again.
Should we be held hostage by 2 and 4 last year? Like this is a whole new season.
Yeah, but you have the same players, same talent for the most part. If anything, they had a stronger team last year, and now they have a weaker team. And now what we're going to see is a 1-4 matchup, which is going to be Georgia and Cincinnati again. I don't want to see that.
And there's no way in hell Cincinnati is beating Georgia. I just do not see it.
So if you're saying if there was, let's say, Michigan there instead of Cincinnati, you think that it would be more competitive of a game?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know we kind of sound like the committee at this point. We're showing a little bias here, but
that's why it's starting to seep through the pores.
But it's like,
who would you rather see versus who's the most deserving?
It's not even about who would you rather see versus the most deserving. They're not competitive enough. And I hate to say, look at the conference that they're coming from. Look who they're playing. Everybody wants to keep saying, oh, they beat Notre Dame. They beat Notre Dame. Okay. Okay. So Notre Dame's not even in the conference. So let's just.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Well, how many ranked teams have Georgia beat this year that's in the top 10?
A lot. Let me see.
Pull up the SEC schedule.
The Florida was
1, 2, 3.
And fired their coach.
Alabama will be 4.
Like top 10 teams?
Yeah. You didn't say top 10. I said ranked. Arkansas was 8. Kentucky was 11 at that point, and Alabama's 3.
How you gonna count Alabama? Alabama hadn't played them yet.
It's coming. They've already won the West.
It's inevitable.
Okay, so you're saying that,
as Thanos says,
right?
Ladies and gentlemen, the committee bias that we see right here on the extra point is eye opening and eye popping because we're basically doing the same thing we accused the committee of with the SEC.
But
the schedule is huge though.
Right. And we're not saying, put these SEC schools in. We're just saying that Cincinnati really does not deserve. Let me take that back. They deserve to be their basic, going off of, I say, their performance. Yes, they have not lost a game. They did beat, got the one big victory against Notre Dame. But I cannot see Cincinnati being competitive in the top 4. Now, if they were, if we had 12 teams in the playoff and Cincinnati was in, that'd be different.
Yeah, that's like saying put UTSA in the playoffs, like because they're undefeated.
No, that's not, because UTSA doesn't have anybody on their resume.
Okay, so one
Notre Dame.
So one win over Notre Dame moves them up 15 spots or whatever.
Right.
Well, what I'm saying is Michigan is sitting at number 5. We don't have any top 10 wins.
Wisconsin? Well, they're not top 10, but
and they're not even ranked really now. I mean, well, they've come on strong. They've come on strong.
Ohio will be
right.
Okay, so we exposed the bias. Michigan,
but I do think that they're going off
together.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. If you put Michigan and Cincinnati side by side, Cincinnati has a better win on their resume than Michigan.
If you just look at the style of play, yeah, I know we suck in the first quarter and a half, but just look at the style of play and look at the competition that we're going up against. It's not about, which team is ranked. The Big Ten is a better conference than any team that Cincinnati has played. We just have better competition, because at that time, we didn't play Iowa this year, did we? We escaped Iowa. But we played Penn State. We played Michigan State, even though we lost. Look at the caliber of teams that we are playing against.
Okay, well, in that ilk, then, where do you think Notre Dame stands in all of this to gain? Because there's a scenario where they can say their only losses to an undefeated Cincinnati.
I don't ever want Notre Dame to be champion for any position in any playoffs until they get into a conference.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that they do have a lot to gain, though, with everybody fighting each other and then jumping down. They're just going to jump them. But Notre Dame's only main win, if you think about it, is Wisconsin. So if you say, well, they beat Wisconsin, but you don't say that for Michigan, then, come on.
Well, I'm of the ilk that Michigan has to beat Ohio State to even be considered. Like everything that we've done up to this point has been a yarner to me as a Michigan fan. I said that on and off wax.
That's why they're outside.
I don't think we've proven anything. I think Penn State was overrated. I think Wisconsin, those wins were overrated. And we had our chance to have a signature win against Michigan State, and we blew it. We blew a 9-point lead at halftime, blew a 14-point lead in the third quarter. So, I think we have to redeem ourselves by beating Ohio today, and I think that would justify things. So I still think that if we were being objective, Notre Dame next to us as well, their one loss is better than ours. Now, let's transition this into what we think will happen this weekend using our forward thinking. Mike, who will be the Final Four next Sunday in the final ranking?
I'm going to say Georgia. I'm going to say Michigan. I'm going to say Notre Dame. And I'm going to say Oklahoma State.
Also, you got them winning the Bedlam matchup tonight then. Okay, all right. Yeah. That's going to be a big-time matchup. We will pick that game in a little bit. So Mike just gave you a teaser on who he thinks is going to win. Shouts out to y'all. Now it's about to get interesting. Grandpa Langston is in the house. I don't know how much you missed, but Mike, it's showtime now. Tosha T. Sizzle, just from everything that you've seen so far, how you think things may shake out, what would you think your final prediction would be for the Final Four? Or who's most deserving?
You mean for next week or in general?
No, for who will be the Final Four standing in the top 4 next week?
I'm going to go with Mike. I got Georgia and Michigan in there. And I still see if Bama beats Auburn, that's going to catapult them. So if they lose to Georgia, they'll be safe. I'm going to go Bama. And as long as Cincinnati wins, I do think they're going to favor them and put them in there, even though I don't want them in there.
I think so too, but the blessing in disguise with that is it would cause such outrage when they get trounced 76-3. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why I was playing devil's advocate, because I wanted to get to this bigger point that Mike started last week with playoff expansion. Cincinnati going in and getting beat 76-3 by Georgia would open up the door for expansion, because once you open up Pandora's box and let a non-Power 5 school in, you can't go back. Mm-hmm. So it's either expansion or we see those type of New Year's Eve games that who's gonna watch that?
Wait a minute. Mike, what's in your cup?
My
What
cup.
you got in that cup, Mike?
I got some coffee, some May Janes.
Oh, speaking of May Janes,
Drum roll, please.
we have Miss May Jane herself.
What?
Come say hi to the people, Miss May Jane. And plus, I got to do a wardrobe change.
Hey, our first interview, Mike.
Hi.
Shouts out to Miss Sasha Denise. Denise, welcome to the
Sponsor
Extra Point.
herself.
Feels good to finally make an appearance on the Extra Point.
Yes, we are happy to have you on. Now, we just posted just a second ago your website, and but we want you to be able to tell the people where to find your stuff. Now's your time to go. The floor is yours.
All right. So my name is Sasha Matthews. I am owner of May Jane's Coffee Shop. So you can go to my website at www.mayjanescoffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. On there, you can find Colombian. We are out of the Brazilian and Honduran, but you can find the Colombian. We also have gift boxes for Christmas. So if you have friends that love coffee, they're going to get a coffee bag, a mug, a t-shirt, and they're also going to get a flavor. It's just going to be a random. It's going to be caramel, vanilla, or hazelnut, and I'm just going to put it in there, and I'm actually going to send it to them. So you just let me know their address, and I'll send it to them. And all of the instructions are going to be on the website, how to do that. And I also have, like I said, t-shirts, and I have coffee mugs for you non-coffee drinkers. So there's no more excuses of why you can't support, because we got everything. We have something for everybody. So, yep, that's about it.
All right, now, no one can come through the Extra Point and get on camera and not sit in a hot seat for just a second. So with you being a sports aficionado yourself, we got to ask you a couple of questions, some sports related, some not. So I'm going to give you two options. You tell me which one stays, which one goes. All right, starting with hot sauce and ranch.
Ranch. I don't like spicy.
Okay, ranch. Mike, okay, that's after your heart, but ranch wins. All right, private plane or yacht?
I guess I'd rather have a private plane.
Okay, all right, because we see you moving across, getting those stamps on the passport. We see you. Stephanie Colter says, "Hey, May James, hey, showing some love."
Hey, Auntie Steph.
All right, now let's see, LeBron or MJ? Don't you smile? Quit looking at her, Mike.
I guess I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Oh, what?
Oh,
I don't even know
she's
the
not
question. I
only
just heard the
a
wrong
sponsor, she's a friend of the show for life. She picked the king. Hey, y'all better be glad I don't have my crown with me. Like that's all right. Okay, Michigan, Ohio State.
I'm gonna just go with Michigan because that is the choice. Everyone
Okay.
likes Michigan here. I'm going for Michigan, and she'll be happy. So that's good.
Hey, she knows how to play this game well. All right. Last but not least, give me your Super Bowl prediction. Who makes it out the AFC? Who makes it out the NFC?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Tom Brady.
Oh. Look at Mike laughing. No, look at Mike loving
He's
that.
the greatest of all time.
He's the GOAT. We're not going to dispute
But
that,
only because
Mike.
I don't know. It's still kind of early, but I mean, it's Tom Brady though, so anything can change. So I feel like you can't like disrespect him. You got to put him like up there.
No doubt. He's the reigning champion as well, no doubt. And you
and
said he's going to play the Titans.
I want them to go. I would love to see that.
Awesome.
I would love to see that.
Awesome. Okay, so one more time, let everybody know your website. Maybe shout out your Instagram where people can follow you on social media.
Okay, yes. So follow me on Instagram because we are trying to get more followers. I have like 300 and something now. So follow me on Instagram right now.
Get your phones out, people.
Yes, get your phones out. It's at May Jane's Coffee. So just MAEJANES Coffee. And then also our 1-year anniversary is coming up on December 1st. So that's the day that like I officially started. So we are going to be having like a lot of discounts and just gifts and prizes going out. So again, just go to our website at www.mayjanescoffee.com and the link will be posted down below.
All right. Fantastic job. Enjoy the rest of your vacation and make sure y'all get y'all stuff. I think I remember you said that orders will ship on the 18th of December if you want to get it by Christmas.
Yep.
All right. That gives everybody plenty of time. We'll put her information back up on the screen here in just a second. And thank you again for your sponsorship. Thank you again for coming on the show.
All right. Thanks for
says,
having me.
great job. And he's a tough critic.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie, for putting that out there. Tell them to get their shop on. Now, Mike, I see you in Langston picking up where y'all left off last week. So let's go back to Notre Dame. Now,
wait a minute, let me reveal my you see this? Look at this.
Uh-oh.
Look at this.
I like that shirt. That's cool.
I love that shirt.
Look at this. Okay, now I'm ready.
Hey, your daughter's a natural, by the way. She was very, very political in her answers, and that's going to take her very, very far in her quest as a mogul. So shouts out to her. But I wanted to get back to something as we were transitioning. Langston said, Mike, what happened to Notre Dame the last 2 times they were in the playoffs? Please don't put them in. Are we going to do them like we're doing Cincinnati? Because the eye test says that they won't give us what we want to see come New Year's Eve.
So I think the difference is, I mean, like I hate Notre Dame, right? So like I agree that they're trash.
We agree with you there. We agree.
I agree that they're trash. I think the problem is they'll give Notre Dame the respect as far as making their schedule, like the ACC and the Pac-12, like they are known to do that, and so the committee's going to say it's not necessarily their fault that both of those conferences are trash this year. And so they're just going to be like, they at least tried. And so then that's why they're going to put them up ahead.
Okay. Tosha, which one of these teams do you think will have the best opportunity of the ones in the top 6 will have the best opportunity to maybe pull an upset on Georgia and really get the college football championship game a little more luster?
Now, are we speaking on the? Oh, wait a minute. No, we have to go with current. Who's number 5? It's us, right?
Will put that up for the people. Mike, do you have that for the people? I'll put it up here in just a second.
Yeah, it's Michigan.
Yeah. You guys know I'm in full vacation mode. I don't do.
We all right.
I don't do it. I don't do any background. I just come on here and talk. Who can?
There we go. We got it right up there for the people.
Remove Cincinnati. Literally any 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 would be a respectable game against Georgia. Everybody but Cincinnati.
Mike, what are your thoughts on that? Langston says they give a Notre Dame respect because of their influence and money. Is that kind of like how they do it with Michigan?
I mean, yeah, that's why Michigan's over Michigan State. Well, all jokes aside,
right. And you do know Notre Dame travels. They support the Golden Domers support each other regardless of what's going on.
People would like to see, let's say, worst case scenario for us, we go to the Rose Bowl. People would like to see a Michigan in the Rose Bowl more than a Michigan State in the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
Okay. And speaking of that, Mike, let's get to it. Let's get to the game. The buildup has been intense. The stage has been set. Michigan has done what I consider to be the remarkable turnaround. Like you couldn't have paid me to believe that we'd be 10-1 heading into this game after what happened last year with COVID and with the injuries and with JoJo, just a bad taste. Hold on. That was a bad taste in my mouth. We'll have to switch that around. We're right here on the precipice, 60 minutes away from everything a Michigan fan wants. A win over Ohio State, a chance in Indianapolis to go to the college football playoff, and a playoff berth on the line. Shouts out to AP Colter, mama checking in, got her ears on. Mike, Tosha, help the people. How can Michigan break and I have to read this, move my glasses on, 3,654 day curse. That's how many days it's been since we beat Ohio.
11 years? What is that? 11 years?
From the last win,
days.
it's been like 8 years or something like
I
that.
mean, technically, again, we get. I mean,
Yes,
I know everybody says, you know, refs do this, the refs do that, and it's hard when you're a fan to not say, yeah, the ref cost us that game. But 2016 was ours. Y'all know he was short.
Don't get me started on 2016. He did not get that first down.
And
he
I
spun around like a helicopter.
Right. And I remember, because you know I had back surgery, not then, but I had back surgery. And when they said it was first down and I had hardwood floors, I cussed and I slid and almost threw my back out. I just cut the television off after that. I just could not take it. But what we have to do is score early and often. And
I need you to repeat that slowly, Tosha, please. I want the people to get this part right here.
Score early and often. That's what we have to do, because you see they put 5,000 up on state the other week. Like we cannot have that. If we get down too far, we're going to depend on the defense like we've been doing for the last 11 years to keep us into games. And it's only so much defense can do when they're tired. Right. The offense is going to have to put numbers up. That's how we win.
To prove Tasha's point, I ordered Uber Eats at like 5 minutes to 11 last week. It was 28-0 before my order got there. And you know they get you there in like 30 minutes or less. That's how quickly Ohio State can end the game. So when she says they need to start fast, that's not tongue-in-cheek. That's not coach speak. That is a literal fact. If we get the ball first, you must go down and score a touchdown. It's just, we're going to be in for a long day. Shouts out to Langston shouting out moms. Mike, your key to a Michigan win.
Man, I started at one key, and then I was like, wait, 2, 3. So I think I got like
where you got?
I agree with Tasha. I think that we have to score and actually score touchdowns is the key, rather than field goals. I think we have to stop those crossing routes, and I think they are smarter to know, okay, McNamara can only throw it 5 yards,
right.
And my problem is get it higher and release it quicker, because right now he's averaging like almost 2 bat downs a game, even from his own team.
Who knew that was a stat?
Yeah. So I think starting the run game is going to be huge as well. I think getting JJ involved, like now's the time to release him. Like, let's see what he can do.
Release the Kraken.
Because McNamara's to Paul's point, McNamara doesn't do read options. He just gives it away. So like we got to have someone that actually reads the option and keeps it every now and then.
I love the way you said that actually reads the option, meaning he's watching to see if the edge rusher crashes down. If he crashes down on Hassan Haskins, pull the ball and go. Like, even if you only get a yard, keep the defense honest. They've been crashing in on poor Hassan. He's been getting hit hard these last few weeks.
I mean, it's like, do they not watch any old game footage of Shoelace, or either go back and watch Tommy Frazier? I mean, Nebraska made a living off of the option. Like,
they did.
Can you not go back to those days at least?
And it's funny because Ohio's weakness is also our weakness, which is the read option. Yeah. It's like, come on, guys. But I would say
we receive this in Jesus' name. Hold on, as we hold hands together and pray. She says Michigan's defense is going to score 2 TDs. Mike, how confident are you in the defense? If we do that, we're going to win this game.
That's what I was going to say. The defense is going to have to definitely step it up. Ojabo and Aiden are definitely going to have to come together. I think they're going to have to get a little creative, though, instead of like going outside and containing, maybe do a couple of twists. I think that's what the key is. But as soon as we stop them on the first couple of series, I think it should be game over, because then Ohio hasn't happened since Oregon game. So
the national media, for some reason, is loving Michigan's pass defense. I know we got Ojabo and we have Aiden Hutchinson. It's like the number 2 keeps coming up in my head when I think about how we can win this game. First of all, both running backs have to get off. Number 2, Blake Corum, and H-square, Hassan Haskins. They both have to. The two-headed monster has to keep Ohio off the field. Our 2 edge rushers have to get pressure on C.J. Stroud, or it's going to look like 2018 all over again, when Mike was talking about they just ran crossing routes the whole time against man coverage. Mr. Brown, our defensive coordinator at the time, made no adjustments. And before we knew it, JoJo Milton was in the game because we were down by 50 points. Like, we cannot have
too
that.
late then, you know? Yeah.
He said, "Oh, y'all can have Joe Milton back, Michigan fans. We don't need him." Oh, hey, Mike sold y'all a lemon on that one.
I'm trying to tell you.
On him at Michigan.
I mean, if we need somebody that's gonna tuck and run it, he might come in handy. He might come in handy. Now, I don't know how much reading he's gonna do, but I know he's gonna take off.
That dude runs like he's 400 pounds. Come on.
He does run with a piano on his back, but we're gonna digress because Tennessee got their own issues as far as the football team. Harbaugh. Let's talk Harbaugh for just a second because we've seen in the last 2 weeks I'm gonna just keep it real. Lesser tier programs give out hefty extensions to their coaches. We've seen Penn State just extend Franklin for a 10-year extension worth $75 million. We saw Michigan State extend their coach for $95 million, 10 years. Harbaugh, it's about time. You got the team again. You have a 2016 type roster again. How much pressure should be on Harbaugh? Could he lose his job because of this game?
He could. I mean, that Michigan, the university is sending him a message.
Yeah.
You see all these other coaches are getting these extensions because they are producing. Harbaugh has not produced. Now, you can't, I mean, do you back up the Brinks truck off of one season? I don't know. But if they make it to the playoffs, do you pay him?
You have to, in my opinion. He's done everything else but that. If he could, it's like Bill Cowher, I think that's his name, for Pittsburgh. He kept having all those winning years, but then he finally got the championship, and now he's all legendary. I think that's the only thing missing from his resume. Mike, you've given a little bit more of a leash to Harbaugh than me and Tosha. Where do you stand if Michigan gets blown out today with that administration?
So I see it from I guess business, because it is business. Right now we're getting him for dirt cheap, and we're pretty much saying, like, we're going to pay for what you're doing right now. And if he loses, he's not going anywhere. Like, he has to stay at Michigan from his side. And so for us, it's like, well, we're not going to settle until someone comes along. But as soon as someone comes along that's more Michigan worthy, then we're going to be like, here's this, Harbaugh, you're out. So I think we have to keep him until the time comes. We're not going to settle on a coach.
Langston, we're going to earmark that because I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to talk Deion here in the next week or so once we get through this wave of games and we know who's going to be playing in the college football playoff, because Deion's next move could set off a chain of events that we definitely want to get into. Don't you do it, Tosha.
And you thought it was TCU. They just hired SMU's coach or something like that. I was like, what?
No, real quick, let's answer his question. Let's not make him wait a week. Is this a good thing, or is this becoming like the trendy thing to do?
It's trendy. Athletes? It's trendy. It's trendy because it is. Now, the thing about Deion is lavish. We know how he is. He's bringing the people. Jackson State, that stadium is filled to the brim with people. It's always full. When I look at things and all the fans are in there, then TSU brings in Eddie George. He's not having the same success, but part of that is also because they play in the professional football stadium instead of playing back in the hole. But I think that is a trend because they feel like if you continue to bring these big names, these former NFL players in to coach, that's going to make the students want to come, the players want to come to play for them. And it is a trend, but that you should want to go. I mean, even in PWIs, you say, okay, I go here because I want to play for this coach. But somebody like Eddie George, Deion Sanders, who does not have a coaching resume on that level, and you have I want to go play for them. You want to go play for them because it's Deion, not because you think they're going to get you to where you need to be.
But y'all didn't have to run up the score on Eddie last week either. I hope you get your just due for that in your bowl game.
Clanger.
You didn't have to run up the score on him like that. That wasn't cool. Now, speaking of not cool, I'm sitting there enjoying my family on Thanksgiving. Everything is going lovely. The Detroit Lions, that's family time. The Dallas Cowboys come on. You know the showstoppers, the entertainers extraordinaire, the James Brown of the NFL, The curtain opens. They put on another high-octane performance, but dadgummit, they lose. Don't do it, Mike. You know you watch that okay. Mama with the Dion with the toilet emoji. Mama.
Ooh.
Mama.
Dang, she said he's duty.
I'm blaming you,
About
Steph.
sorta.
Steph, you told her that. My sister's off camera. We're going to bring her on in a minute. You told her that. Let me digress. Speaking of toilet, I want to flush that game down the commode when I saw a team in the Raiders who ain't won in 3 weeks, gave up 41 points to Cincinnati just last Sunday, come into Dallas on a short week, flying all the way clear across the country, as my grandma would say, make sure you rest in peace, clear across the country and hang 36 points on America's team? Hold on.
Trying to tell you.
He did.
I don't want to hear it.
Mike, you told us. Mike said the Cowboys are gonna cowboy. And I was watching that game and I tweeted what the beep is going on in this game.
And I said, kiss my ass quick. Shout out to Southern Girl. What's going on, Nicole?
But it was, Mike, you were right. I don't even have anything to say, Mike. You're right, Mike.
Man, it was. I think it's very much two things. It was Cowboys doing the Cowboy thing in November/December. And then it was also all these injuries. And I don't know why Zeke is trash. I've said that since after his first year. And Colter is he is way better running back right now than Zeke is.
Trash is harsh. He led the league in rushing his first 2 seasons.
Paul, remember when you gave us the choices of those of the offensive players, and what did I say? Can I take Zeke off?
You did. You jinxed him. You jinxed him because
when
you said
belly
take
shirt,
the Cowboys if he wasn't on there.
No, when that belly shirt to the draft is what jinxed him.
It's all that cereal he was eating, whatever. He ain't wearing those crop tops anymore.
Look, I was dreading this segment ever since Thursday night. And when I reached out to Mike, I said, anything specific you want to talk about? He spit back in 30 seconds, Cowboys. I was like, damn.
Y'all still them boys? Serving hot
Langston, who is a devout Cowboy, he says, I'm denouncing them. Whack Prescott suck? What is going on today?
Dak is actually playing decent. It's the rest. They're imploding like they always do.
My family was watching me implode there watching the game.
You know, my dad is a big Cowboys fan, and he said, I think he made a good point to where he was like, everyone started figuring out that Dak no longer runs the ball. And so now that they know that, they're just pulling back, they're just covering it out, and that's why Dak's holding the ball so long.
That's out to Brandon checking in. He says, Mike and I both said that they would do the count. That y'all did. That's why this hurts so much. Like, I wanted to stick it to y'all and like, oh, they beat them without Cooper and without Lamb, and we didn't have D Law out there, and we just gonna go ahead and just let y'all have it.
I will say though, Parsons still the man though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then he got the record for like sacks by a rookie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. No, okay. She says now. Nicole says we love our Cowboys. Shouts out to Texas. We're harder on our own team than any Cowboy.
No, y'all not.
That's true.
Most Cowboy fans I know are in so much denial when their team pulls out their lemon booty.
Okay, so how about this Cowboy fan says Dak sit on the bench with the same dumb look. He starts slow, then third. You know what? We finna block you, Langston. What happened? I thought you had my back on this segment.
I mean, here I was for the first time in my entire life rooting for the Dallas Cowboys this season.
You know what? That's what did it. The fact that you gave the Cowboys props early in the season, that's when they started rolling. They were 6-1, and you said, I hate to say it, but them boys, they really playing like something. And since then, they've lost 3 out of 4, and they one win is against the hapless Falcons. Thanks a lot, Tosha. Thanks a freaking lot.
Running back prime.
And now the Eagles are going strong. This is going to be close.
Do they hang on and win the division, Mike? Your Philadelphia Eagles are only 2 games back now.
Yeah, the Eagles looking good right now. I still think that the Eagles will get in possibly as a wild card, but they won't win the division. I think Cowboys will still win the division.
Yeah.
Hey, if they don't hurt and get those players back. It's gonna be that's gonna be tough.
It's gonna get ugly, yeah.
And with Zeke, and both of you all just came down hard on Zeke, but now it looks like Jerry is singing a different tune on Zeke. Now I just saw a report late last night on ESPN.com that the Cowboys are thinking about sitting him in an all-important game against the Saints on Thursday.
Because he's ineffective.
He's not. You're probably better without him.
Right, she wants to come to the winning side.
No,
we're not consistent. And look, you're getting
the
honest analysis from the Cowboys Nation.
The good thing is y'all have Washington, Giants, Washington, and then it kind of has a tough 2 games. But at least you got those in there.
But the division games are just as tough if you don't have your horses out there. Now, Tony Pollard. Now, Mike, let me ask you this: do you think that they're throwing this out here that his knee needs to be rested because he played the whole game last week? You see him Pollard run back 100-yard touchdowns, looking far more explosive in the passing game. Do you think they're setting the stage to go ahead and see what Pollard looks like as a full-time starter on Thursday?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's exactly what they're doing. Pollard looks way better.
He's auditioning.
The Cowboys need not just an explosive back, but someone that's fast right now. And Zeke is definitely not that. He's more of like a goal line back at this point.
Right.
Right. That's but what he's doing basically is saying, when they said send in your resume, all he did was copy and pasted it. That's what he's doing.
Now Zeke did say he was fine after the game, which makes me wonder. Is this a Jerry call? Like, hey, we don't owe Zeke any more guaranteed money. He successfully hijacked the organization, jumping in front of Dak to get his money. He got his money, and now he ain't running worth nothing. But all that guaranteed money is gone after this season. Tony Pollard looks like the future. Is this the changing of the guard?
I mean, I've been saying that I just did not think that Zeke was getting it done in Dallas. He has flashes where he does good. But I said that ever since he jumped in that damn kettle a few years ago.
You did.
He ain't been right since.
She was not impressed with the kettle leap.
It was funny.
Shouts out to Nicole Delaney. Hey, you can catch her show Southern Girl. Make sure you follow her on Instagram and on social media as well. Thanks for checking.
What's your Instagram, Nicole? Put it in there for us.
Yeah, put your Instagram out there. She got dope content, dope show as well. Y'all, I'm worried about Zeke. Let's pray for Zeke. But my family, you know who you are. Damian Colter, Angela Phyllis Colter, Stephanie Colter, laughing at me, just crumble. Buster Colter, Hazel Colter, laughing at me while I was exploding.
Not Hayes. Hayes didn't laugh either, did she?
Hazel came over there and looked me in the eyes, was like, y'all still them boys? Oh, she was like, y'all still that boy? She was trying to console me and stuff. I was mad after that game. That was unacceptable. Now, see, I agree with Brandon. I don't think they're utilizing Pollard enough, but we're going to see on Thursday, although they're going against the number 1 rush defense in the whole NFL and the Saints, but we shall see about that. Not Paw Patrol 2, one band once. Yes, she did 2-step. You was there. You was laughing. Now, let's talk about the Titans and New England for a second. Nobody would have saw this coming as a big-time matchup. And the matchup itself is not so much what I want to talk about. It's the job of the 2 coaches, because both of these teams, as far as this late in the season, they kind of come out of nowhere. Even without Derrick Henry, the Titans sit at 8-3 atop of the AFC. They control their own destiny, and multiple reports say that if they could just hold on to the bye and the number 1 seed, that they should have Derrick Henry for that first playoff game, which would change everything as far as their chances of going to the Super Bowl. But quiet is kept up there in Foxborough. New England has won 5 games in a row, and they're looking very, very, very much like the legit contender that Bill Belichick always puts together. Mike, is this one of his best coaching jobs? And who would you pick if you had to pick today for Coach of the Year? Vrabel or Belichick? Who's done a better job?
I'm going with Belichick. I didn't even have him even close. I saw their couple games. I was like, oh, okay, rebuilding year or whatever. The work that he's done with that team, it's looking like a Tom Brady Patriots Super Bowl right now. I mean, let's be real. So I'm going to have to say
we're not letting you slip Tom Brady into this conversation. Keep going.
No, I just think that he's done a superb job with the Mac Jones in there, and he's actually looking like I wouldn't say MVP caliber, but he's looking like a Super Bowl caliber quarterback right now, taking care of the ball, making the plays.
Well, he looks like Tom Brady circa 2001.
Exactly. Insert that little chip.
Right. So obviously he has a formula that's working. Tosha, who are you more impressed with? Belichick's coaching job or Vrabel so far?
Ooh, I have to go with Dirty Uncle in the hoodie. and I meant to send this to you. You know how they were saying, oh, the debate, Brady or Belichick, if Belichick pulls this off, we may have to switch that answer to Belichick. Because they say
that's where I was going with this, because even I, as a Titans fan, I had to look in the rearview mirror. It was like everybody was talking Titans because we're here locally, Nashville. We're talking Titans. But the whole time, New England was just getting better and better and better. And what I saw them do on Thursday Night Football, how they dismantled Atlanta, they just mantled them and didn't take their foot off the neck. That's the one thing I love about Bill Belichick. He won't take his foot off like the
he gonna run it up like Florida back in the day.
Yes,
like Coach Spurrier. That's what he's going to do.
Yes, like the callousness, the coldness of how they were still hitting your boy late. Like I was like, y'all better get Matt Ryan out of this game before he come up missing. Like the way they run the ball, the way they play solid defense, the way that they take out your number one option. All they had was Kyle Pitts, and he was on the back of a milk carton.
So he comes up missing,
coming in with no Derrick Henry, no AJ Brown, no Julio Jones Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My.
It's gonna be a tough game.
Like, so Brandon feeling real good about that one. Like,
right.
Yeah, you should feel good because the balance of power in the AFC can shift on Sunday. I don't want to get into the game because we'll pick that game a little bit later, but that had New England is looking like F your couch. My mama watching, so I'm going to say F your couch. Langston says, right, it takes longer to build a team, i.e. Belichick, than to simply plug and play like Brady. The Bucks had a nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
That's what I was going to say, Langston.
401k.
That was my point, Langston. Yep.
Good job by you, Tosha, on that one. Good call by you. Now, let's talk a little NBA. Let's get to it. Let's talk about the king, Sasha's king. You heard her. I'm going to replay that over and over today. Sasha's king, King James. He had quite a week. And yes, Brandon, y'all didn't believe in my Pats. I had to take your victory lap because I didn't. I thought y'all was going to be garbage this year. I was wrong.
I mean, they're still not going to win the Super Bowl, but
yeah,
I'll digress from there.
Yeah, that's the Titans when King Henry come back. But from one king to another, it's been quite a week for one LeBron Latrell James. Like, he went from getting ejected from a game for a flagrant foul to getting suspended from the game to coming back, hitting the game, but winning 3 at the buzzer, to getting some fans thrown out of the arena, to getting fined by the NBA for doing the Sam Cassell. I am not going to do that, mama, because I know my mama's watching. But y'all know what the Sam Cassell is.
No, go on and do it. AP,
no, I'm not going to do it. You do it, Tosha, because
no.
Okay. Well, he did the I got stones dance up the sideline, and then he got fans thrown out. He got fined. LeBron has been all over the map this week, which leads me to a question. Do you all like the new physical style of the NBA, the way that it used to be? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Before y'all answer this, hold on. Now, it depends on which floor we were on, Langston. Now, he
there
says,
you go, Langston. There you go,
he
Langston.
could not have went to PCH. We would have joked on him. Now, if it's the second floor lockers, ooh, that was rough.
There you go, Langston.
The second floor lockers was rough. but you're proving my point, Langston, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. Shouts out, Shamika. I'm glad you missed the Cowboy segment because that was rough. Do you like the new physical rules that they're allowing in the NBA right now, Mike?
I do. I like more of the old school type way. I don't think I think most of the players now aren't ready for it. I think we see that. So, even with LeBron, like punched him, like say you punched him, like, hey, I was about to be off balance. I went back, I hit him in the face. Like it is what it is.
It was accidental.
Man, the way he said it, he's like, I apologize to him, but I apologize. Like, man, go somewhere.
Right.
Don't do that, Mike.
You're
being disrespectful right now. Tosha,
No.
you agree with him?
Yes. I mean, of course, me being a Detroit Pistons fan, I like it rough. Basketball. Come on, Mason. I'm down for the rough and tumble. Again, like
let's have LeBron play that Pistons team.
Oh, he wouldn't survive if he'd played that team. But the new generation of player is so soft and sensitive to me. It bugs me. I want to go back to the days where if they fought, all you did was just break them up and they still got to play. You remember when they put the rule out, if you step on the court, you get suspended? That was with the Knicks and the Miami Heat.
When the coach was holding on to your boy's leg.
Yes, he was getting drugged. I mean, sometimes you may need to go Sprewell and choke your coach out. You never. Sometimes things happen.
The mimosa's kicking in.
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate them going more to the physicality in basketball. That's where basketball was good to me. Because I mean, I can honestly admit, if it's not a team that I like, don't even say team, a player that I like that is not playing, I can't watch NBA anymore because it's too soft.
What? Now look, I'm gonna just tell y'all like this. If for you millennials out there and your Gen Zs, I need you, if you have ESPN on any of your applications, I need you to go to On Demand and watch the Lakers versus Celtics frenemies, I think it's called. This is a 3-part series. And when you see the 84 series and the 85 series, where they were literally throwing fisticuffs. Do y'all remember the infamous Kurt Rambis clothesline by Kevin McHale? That wasn't a technical foul.
That was white on white crime right there.
It was, but it wasn't even a technical foul. They both just got up, they fish fought a little bit, got up and shot the free throws.
And got on the sideline like this.
So anyways, what do you have for dinner tonight?
Right. And in the next game, remember James Worthy pushed your boy Cornbread Maxwell out of the air as retaliation. Nobody got thrown out. Remember Robert Parrish with the forearms on Lambeer, knocked him clean out. They had to get the smelling sauce.
And then when Lambeer got up, what did he do? That's all he did.
Go to the line, like
that's all he did. That's all he did. He wasn't crying. Nobody got ejected.
I mean, even more recent, like when Shaq dunked on home dude and pushed him down after he dunked on him. I was like, dang.
Well, why Shaq freeze it like that when he pushed him? He was like,
he's like, this is gonna be a picture.
Shaq is fed up with the lack of physicality in the NBA. Every time he gets a chance, he's like, I would have swung on dude. He said, don't turn your back on me, I'm gonna beat your butt. Don't touch me, I'm gonna beat your butt. And he did. He fought Charles Barkley. He fought some players in the league too. I like the way that the league is going back to more physical play, because I was tired of the Trae Youngs and the Steph Currys doing the dribble into you thing, doing the sweep through thing, and getting 2021 James Harden
with the kick out,
with the kick out, and you getting going to the line 17, 18 times.
I mean, Reggie Miller did it, but Reggie, as skinny as he was, Reggie wasn't going to back down from anybody's fight.
But I need y'all to understand that if y'all said that LeBron did that on purpose, Isaiah Stewart, you got talked about tugging on the King's robe, and you trying to look like Derrick Henry trucking through the line trying to get to LeBron. You didn't want that.
It was on purpose.
You didn't want that. It was on purpose, because LeBron is telling the Jordan fans, I can do it in your era. I can do it in my era. We can throw them things.
I would love to see LeBron James I would love to see LeBron James get into the face of the X-Man like Jordan did and see what happens.
Who is on Jordan's body count? Steve Kerr.
He went through that Pistons team.
Steve Kerr and Will Purdue. Did he ever bring that to Anthony Mason? May he rest in peace.
You remember when him and Xavier McCain were this close?
Xavier McCain was 137 years old when they fought.
Well, I don't know how old he was, but he ain't back down from the X-Men. You know, the X-Men didn't play that shit.
Y'all
Didn't play that.
like Mike was so super tough. Mike had an enforcer. He had an enforcer named Charles Oakley before he got traded. Mike didn't swing on nobody.
But Mike didn't need to because because they respected Mike. Don't nobody respect Kane.
Your Detroit Pistons respected Mike.
But that's different because you know them boys was hood, baby.
You said they was playing in Gators.
Baby, they had Gators, purple.
Right,
baby.
Shamika. Was John Stark scared of Mike?
Oh no, look at John Starks though. Scrappy. But the thing is,
one of his eyes went that way. So you know he wasn't.
I'm gonna hit you. But the thing is, you have people that feel like, and I think someone else said this too, and it caused this big stir. You have people that feel like they can buck up to LeBron because they feel like LeBron ain't gonna jump.
He's soft.
LeBron is a professional. He's a mogul. He's a billionaire. He's a brand. He's an entity. He don't need to be out there swinging them things that.
Let me tell you something. I don't care how much money I got. If you do something to me that I don't like, I'm gonna I may not swing on, but I'm gonna cuss you out. You gonna know for damn sure that I ain't appreciate that shit you just did to me. That's just
LeBron doesn't have to throw a punch.
Biggest flopper, he got it down to a sign, so he uses it to his advantage as well. Well, the thing is, he gets treated a lot like Shaq. He don't get wrist slap fouls. They be trying to take him out
because they don't like him.
What Isaiah Stewart found out was that, okay, you keep tugging at the King's robe and you're gonna catch a hot one. And he didn't want that smoke like that. They play against.
Why did you say sorry then? Why did you say sorry?
The Lakers play against Sunday,
right? Because I ain't seen nary Piston. I ain't seen nobody else back in those days when they looked. Say they were sorry. Ever.
Say who was sorry?
Like LeBron out there apologizing, like Anita Baker. None of the old school players, they didn't apologize if they threw that bow in your chest.
Jordan was a fake tough guy. Oh, he beat up John Paxton. Oh, he beat up Steve Kerr.
We ain't talking about the emblem.
Game footage where he put paws on Anthony Mason.
We ain't talking about the emblem. I'm talking about as a whole. Back in the day, those players did not apologize when they picked your ass up and body slammed you. They didn't do it.
But the thing is, though, look, it's a different era now. We know that it's cancel
culture. Because they soft. The only reason Ron Artest apologized for the
like Stephanie said, disrespect deserves a Tupac and a Popeye's biscuit. I mean, I said a Tupac, a two-piece. Now that mimosas done.
Man, you want Tupac? Yeah, I was like, we got to digress to the scores now.
No, y'all, because y'all know it. I'm right. He waited 30 minutes after LeBron popped in before he started all that running around. Yes, he did. Shamika, shouts out to you. Your gift card is in the mail because that's what it was. He thought the King, he was going to like punk the King and put that on his Christmas tree ornament. Nah, the King gave him that flip, flap. And that was that. How about that?
And then said, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, didn't Ruben Studdard say, I'm sorry for 2004? He didn't mean that. LeBron was trying not to get suspended so he could play in the Garden. But I want y'all to produce me some footage show me a YouTube link in the comment section of Jordan putting his hands on somebody.
There you go. There they go. Every time. There they go. That's they won. LeBron James. That's they won.
I'm just nuck if you buck, boy. That's what the song is.
You're still comparing him to Jordan. Mike and I are saying overall.
No, because here's the thing, because they called it Jordan's era. They always say it, even when LeBron they said in Jordan's era, Jordan had to they can foul him hard. They can do this, they can do that. LeBron couldn't play in this era.
Because
LeBron could play in any era.
It was Jordan's era, but it encompassed all of that greatness.
Anthony Mason had him shook. May he rest in peace. Let's get on to the because it's almost game time and
I'm trying to watch some of
that. No, because I was winning that argument. You see how they do me, America?
You were not winning that.
Everybody was disagreeing with you. Come on.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You being a Cowboys fan right now.
Hold on, wait a minute. You see them brown knuckles? You see them brown knuckles in?
We'll see when schools start wearing clothing that with LeBron James emblem on it. We'll see.
You mean the I Promise School or
I'm talking about universities.
We ain't won nothing since we put it on there either. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we need to put a crown on there, and maybe we'll get some stuff done in the name of Jesus.
We'll see.
Let's see. Mason had me shook. That was oh my God, he's dead, Langston. Come on, you chose violence this morning.
You said rip.
He said RIP. Langston chose violence this morning. My God, let's get to the picks. I knew that segment was gonna have me fired up because when Mike sent that to me, I wanted to fight right then. All right, let's go. Hot picks. Let's start with the game, y'all. The game. I need everybody in here to sing along when you hear the song. When you hear "Hail to the Victors" play, time after time after time after time today, y'all gonna know them boys in blue are back. I got Michigan by a field goal because my mama said 2 defensive touchdowns. Michigan by a field goal. I'm rocking with AP Colter. Who you going with, Mike?
I got Michigan, and we got to be on track. I just want to point this out. We started out as a 6.5 underdog. It then went to 8.5, and right now it's 7.5. The trend is going towards
They're
Michigan.
watching the show. They watching the show. They heard the breakdown on how our keys to victory. Tosha T. Sizzle, put it on wax.
Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders. And
okay, we're gonna have to cut you off right there because we need you to say it with your chest. We need you to. Wow, no surprise. Oh, he said no surprise there. You know how we get down, Langston. You will never have me picking against Michigan where you can pull up the tape and we win. That ain't gonna happen. Worst case scenario, we in the Rose Bowl playing Oregon or Alabama. I'm with that. Let's go. Now, in Bedlam, Mr. Brandon, Mr. Patriots fan, we got Oklahoma versus OK State. Can OK State reverse their own curse against Oklahoma this week? Who you got, Mike?
I got Oklahoma State by more than a touchdown.
What? In a blowout in the night game? T Sizzle, what you got? What you got?
I got OK State as well. I'm not going to say a blowout, but I'm going with OK State.
I did that real quick. Langston is going with OK State as well. You know what? I'm gonna go with man. Oklahoma been looking shaky on the road. Man. They said I saw on game day today. They said they scored 10 less points on the road than at home this year. So that's gonna be stop it, Langston. I'm not posting that. You be nice. Let's go to the NFL, shall we?
All right.
We got Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Big time AFC Central matchup. Who you got? T Sizzle, we'll start with you.
I got Pittsburgh. It's TJ Watt coming back again. These Watt boys, they bought him out of paper mache. They're
low watts. They're low wattage. Like
you know, you got Minka coming back. He was off, had COVID, and I think some of the defensive players are coming back. So I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
You going with Mike? You said you wasn't gonna never bet against Black and Black being the black and gold Mike Tomlin. I got you. Who you got, Mike?
I got Cincinnati.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh on that one, although I need Joe Burrow to desperately help save my sinking ship. That's my fantasy football team. All right, we have the Packers of Green Bay taking on the LA Rams. Who you got, Mike?
This one's tough. I actually had to go through back and forth on this one. I'm going to stay with the Packers just because they're at home.
You going with the Pack? My sister got Cincy by 3 as well. Who you got, Tosha? Who you got? The Packers of Green Bay?
I don't know about with Toegate. Who knows? It's gonna
like my foot up on national TV like he on OnlyFans. Like, sit your old stuff down.
Digging all in between them.
Right.
I don't know. It's gonna be. It's like Mike said. It's gonna be a good game, but I'm going to go with Green Bay simply because they are in Lambeau.
They're more physical. Whether it's Aaron Jones or whether it's A.J. Dillon, their running backs, their backs are more physical. I just don't like the way the Rams approach big games. With that
Aaron Donald's been kind of quiet last 5 games or so.
And I think that they did a Tennessee Titans move. I think that they got a superstar player in their past his prime, a day late and a dollar short. Kind of like how we did with Julio Jones. I think that's what they did with Von Miller. And I don't think that I think that they're going to be in
Vaughn is injured. Vaughn is injured because when they got him, he had a bad ankle. He rolled it in that when he was with Denver, and he was out. And then they got, they traded him.
Right, because they like to chop out the Denny can aisle like the Titans.
At Aldi's.
Right. Shouts out. All right, next up, we got the suddenly streaking sorry 49ers versus the suddenly streaking sorry Minnesota Vikings. Who you got? Sorry 1 or sorry 2? I'm firing back. You're gonna be on my Cowboys. Sorry 1 or sorry 2?
I'm going for my 49ers because they are catching steam mid-season. You had Debo out here who is a wide receiver who was just on his running back steez. Our defense
he was like that with it last week.
Our defense is stepping up, and anytime you got like a tight end like George Kittle, I still do not like Jimmy Garoppolo. I do not like him, but hey, if he's gonna get us the W, he's gonna get that ball out. This fool said a tie. Of course, I'm gonna roll with my team to the day I die.
All of that to say, 49ers lose by 3. Michael, you got
Mama Nyema.
I got the Vikings. I got the Vikings.
You got the Vikings. Okay.
Oh,
Langston?
okay.
Right. Okay. Because Langston said that you was reaching. He said to use a step stool.
We reaching. Your boys is sinking, per usual.
Damn, I can't do nothing but move on.
Now take that for data.
I can't. All right, Fizdale. Okay. All right. We have a big time Sunday night matchup. We got Baker versus Lamar Jackson. We got Baltimore versus Cleveland. Who you got? T. Sizzle.
Why was Lamar out? What illness did he have? It wasn't COVID.
He stayed with diarrhea.
Well,
they said it wasn't COVID.
It was millenniumitis.
What you say? Syphilis.
Hepatitis. What you say? Again, I always bet on black. It's old Lamara.
I'm going Lamara today and tomorrow. Who you got?
Man, I hate being lone wolf out here. I'm gonna go with the Browns.
What?
The Browns?
Yeah.
Skid Mark Browns. Skid Mark on Skid Row.
How many mimosas have you had?
Let's start with Mike on this one so we can get his pick on out the way and get to everybody else's pick. Tampa Bay versus Indy, Mike. Who you got? How many you got Tampa Bay by this week, Mike?
I got Tampa Bay by a field goal.
He got the heebie-jeebies. Oh, you good in country, Langston. You got Tampa Bay by a field goal. Tasha, you're suddenly surging Indianapolis Colts on fire.
I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm going to stick with them.
I'm going with the Colts as well. What I'm seeing, I'm believing. And Carson Wentz, Jonathan Taylor's making Carson Wentz not have to be a QB1. And if he don't have to be a QB1 and just dink and dunk and let him run for 200 yards a week, I'm just glad the Titans have already played them twice. So, Langston, you the lone wolf again, Mike. To see, Mike like to be the lone wolf so he can text everybody on Sunday and be like, yep, I called that one. I called that one. We'll be looking
I'll get a tweet from Mike.
And last but certainly not least, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the New England Patriots. Who you got? You alive, Langston? You alive. They ain't going to run us down, although it's going to be close. We're going to get them by a game, but it's going to be close. But I do got the Colts in the playoffs.
Man.
I'm sorry, Mike.
I'm taking the Pats on this one. I hate to say that because I hate New England as well.
Yeah, I don't see how you bet against the Patriots right now.
Paul, how many mimosas have you had this morning?
This the same one. You ain't seen me refill.
Yeah, he sits.
So now you're babysitting.
Yep. He's Mr. Babysitting.
My baby sister's here with me as well. So yes.
Well, I know she ain't babysitting.
Everybody's got the Pats. She made an excellent mimosa as well. So I might be asleep by halftime. Somebody call and check on me for this game. I'm going with the Titans because we always beat the teams we're not supposed to beat, and we lose to the teams we're supposed to smash. This fits right in line with that. So we're gonna go with the Titans. Ma'am, can you please come here for a second? Mike, you got any parting shots for the Thanksgiving holiday?
No, we're just having some family over to watch the game, or the big game, as the media is saying. So just excited for that.
Don't take it out on them. They just here to support. Don't take it out on them if things go left.
Yeah, I'm going to start drinking right now.
Right. Catch up. You behind. Tasha T. Sizzle in Panama.
Well, we do plan on going to the mall after the game, but if it is a blowout, we will be leaving because you all know I cannot afford to throw my damn back out in a foreign country while abroad. I can't do it.
Well, just put a hump in it and lift your rump.
Put a hump in your back.
And I just want to give a special shout out. We're gonna do this on wax. I want to give a special shout out. You come right here. Let's share a cheek. I want to give a special shout out to this young lady right here who this week took her last chemo.
Good job.
She took her last chemo. Papa Hassan, hey, what's going on, Papa Hassan? It's a family event. When Michigan plays Ohio State, the family's in the house. He done broke out Texas on us. Shouts out to Papa Hassan. I'm so proud of her courage, her commitment. I'm all cried out, so I ain't gonna do it here on camera. Steph, you want to say hi to the folks?
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I read every message from Texas to DR, Panama, California, wherever everybody is.
Scoot up closer, Sasha.
Your words of encouragement, checking on me, rooting for me, has gotten me through the last 480 days, and I love you all. I thank you all. Cancer can't stop nothing, baby. It's cancer-free, baby.
All right.
Mwah.
Hey, it's a family affair here at the Extra Point. I'm glad that we all have our family with us, from our family to yours. Go Blue. We'll see y'all next week.
Blue.
Go Blue. Okay. This guy.
Hold on, one more click.